Optic Scump is going on the record and saying that the top Warzone competitors and content creators are using a dishonest method in order to improve their performance at the game and even win tournament money. Let's just see what he has to say.
You won 100K and you're telling me you can't be confident. It's not that I'm not confident. It's just that I know that, dude, I'm not going into that, like the Warzone tournament. Everyone's VPNing. It's a kill race. It's, dude, it's just so cheesy, bro. I'm not trying to play in it. Like they're dropping 40 kills each. Like I'm going to my host, I'm getting 2 kills, and I'm like, dude, Jesus Murphy, can't get a kill. Too much stress. Well, the thing is, I don't like playing in those because people expect me to win, and I don't play Warzone. So it's like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how I won the World Series of Warzone. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Absolute anomaly.
So essentially, Scump says that a lot of the other competitors and potentially the content creators of Warzone are using VPNs to spoof their location so that they get put in essentially easier lobbies where they can perform very well, win at tournaments, make better content, etc., etc. That's very shady. It sucks that it's true. I know it's something that we've talked about before, that we've thought about before, heard a lot of whispering about it, but this is full-on confirmation. Definitively, they're using VPNs. You do not drop a 45 kill game every single game. That is not realistic. It's just not realistic. In a fairer setting, obviously Scump is a very skilled player. He's very good at Call of Duty. Competitive Call of Duty is a lot harder than Warzone, and obviously he can probably perform pretty decently at Warzone, and clearly he can because he won one of the biggest Warzone tournaments there is and got a $100,000 prize pool from it. He is experienced in these tourneys. He does know what he's talking about. He has competed in Warzone and seen what these other competitors are doing. He's not into it. He doesn't really do it anymore, and he'd rather just stick to normal competitive arena CoD. This says a lot about the competitive integrity of Warzone as a Call of Duty game type, but also it says a lot about the casual experience of Warzone as well, because you could bet that if these content creators and competitors for Warzone are using VPNs to spoof their locations and get into easier lobbies, that there's also other players doing that as well. VPNs are cheap at this point. Anyone can get a VPN, anyone can use a VPN, and it's very easy to do. So you can bet that you are potentially getting matched against players who are VPNing, who are not supposed to be in your lobbies for any reason and are not in your skill bracket whatsoever, but they're VPNing and spoofing and getting into your lobbies and doing well because of it, because of that manipulation of the game systems and that dishonesty. It's also pretty widely known that low population times of day and night, the skill-based matchmaking algorithm will be less strict in who it matches you. A lot of the better players who get these crazy clips, these crazy gameplays, they actually end up playing at very odd times in the morning, usually when the least amount of people are online, so that there's a higher likelihood that they just get put in like easier lobbies, more average normal lobbies, and they can get good gameplays. There's a lot of factors going into Warzone performance, both casually and competitively, and unfortunately Warzone is just such a untrustworthy medium and game type to judge any amount of player skill on. If you're watching somebody and they're doing really well, it's like you always have to take it with a grain of salt, unfortunately, because you're never sure if they're getting, if they're cheating, if they're hacking, or just manipulating these game systems in their favor for a game type that's supposed to be something where everyone's put on the same playing field, everyone gets the same start, and you take what you will of it every time. Fresh start every time. Try to do your best given the circumstances. And to have that undermined by people exploiting certain workarounds or even game systems in order to circumvent that even playing field everyone's supposed to be on completely undermines the point of battle royales, completely undermines the spirit of the game, And it's just icky. And it's even icky to watch bigger content creators and tournaments in Warzone, because it's just, there's whitelisted lobbies. These are things that we have confirmed. These people they're VPNing to get into easier lobbies. They can get whitelisted by the developer, which Husker's admitted, and get put in specific lobbies that the developers want them to get put in, probably your lobbies, to get better content. Why wouldn't Activision want to give better marketing material? There's a lot of ways to circumvent the system that you and I experience. If you are a bigger content creator, if you're a competitor, if you're in Activision's pocket and Infinity Ward, Raven Software's pocket, you will get preferential treatment. You will get some level of special treatment, whether you even want to or not. Content creators have been added to whitelists so they can't be banned for cheating. They can get whitelisted into specific lobbies by the developers, handpicked. They can use VPNs, and it's common knowledge, and nothing's done about it. If they wanted to hack and cheat, they could, because they're whitelisted from being banned. When they get reported for cheating, the reports are ignored. Cannot be banned. And these people are exploiting, like I said, the time of day and everything like that as well. There's so many moving parts to all this exploitation in a game type that is literally all about equal, fair playing field, equalizing everybody. There's not even loadouts because they want it to be just luck based. You get what you get. You try your best. There's a lot of randomness in BRs, and there's a lot of unknowns. The outcome is never certain. And it's definitely not so consistent that you could get a 45 kill game every lobby like some of these people do. Scump says it. These people are dropping 45 kills. On my host, you're getting 2 sometimes. One of the best Call of Duty players of all time. And he could drop 2 kills and die in a BR because it's a lot of luck. It's a lot of random. It's a lot of everything. It's not a consistent experience like that. If you've ever played it, you know that. It's supposed to be a random luck-based kind of thing. You roll the dice, you roll the dice, you roll the dice. Yeah, if you have better gun skill, if you have better map awareness, if you have better just knowing where to go, knowing what to do, yeah, you can get farther that way. But you can also get pretty far not knowing a lot of that stuff either. He said it himself. He barely even knows how he won the tournament because there's so much luck involved, so much randomness. It sucks. It sucks that confirmation after confirmation, the things that we've been saying on this channel for a while, like just tons of confirmation about just the lack of integrity that exists in Warzone, frankly, in Modern Warfare 2 in general, and Warzone 1 and Black Ops, or the way that skill-based matchmaking is, the way that the developers treat the better content creators and the top percentage of players who make content and provide really good marketing for their product, that they get preferential treatment. There's just a lot of these things that it sucks. It sucks. It makes me not want to play the game. I know it makes a lot of other people not want to play the game because I read all your comments. And it just is a feels bad. It's a big feels bad moment. I appreciate Scump for just like keeping it real, just keeping it super real and just letting that fly. I'm sure there's other streamers and stuff that don't appreciate that. I know Mutex was one of them. He said, so many internet crybabies taking me serious. Of course we all VPN, and you can't do about it, nerds. Keep crying about your sweaty lobbies while us Warzone pros gods take over the COD scene with our VPNs. Scump is just mad I won't sell him my VPN settings. He seems like he's being sarcastic, and that's like a very sarcastic comment. But at the same time, is it though? Is it fully capping? Is it fully a joke and being sarcastic? I don't know. Seems mad. It caught his attention. Maybe he's targeted. Why would he do this? It's a weird thing to do if you don't feel personally targeted by what Scump said, and you don't feel personally targeted by the response that it got from people publicly. That's just my take on that. I have nothing against any of these people. I have nothing against any of these content creators on this channel. My co-host, Hunter, Game Gains, us, we do not have anything against any of these content creators. Love Scump. I'm a big Optic fan. I know we watch a lot of these streamers, fans of a lot of these people. Nothing against them, not calling for the removal, not calling that you boycott them or anything like that. I'm not saying that at all. Just saying, take it all with a grain of salt. Look, they can make interesting content. They can make fun, engaging, interesting, cool content. Get the high kill games. get your money, run your ads, kill some noobs, pub stomp, whatever. But I do enjoy the transparency. Be transparent about it. Look, man, I'm doing some stuff and it helps me make the gameplay more entertaining for my viewers consistently. Because who wants to sit in a stream and watch someone like roll the dice a bunch of times on a very luck-based randomized kind of experience like a battle royale and just lose 70% of the time, even 40% of the time, or even half the time? It's just so boring. Because those matches can last a while. Sometimes you don't see people for like how long. Sometimes you just get unlucky, you get third-partied, you know, when you're fighting somebody. There's just a bunch of stuff that can happen. It just makes it like not fun to watch. And I don't really even fault people for doing things in order to get better gameplays, make a better stream, like whatever it is. I don't mind that because I benefit from it as a viewer. I like watching Husker stream and just go crazy, go off. Sure, absolutely. But I enjoy the transparency. I think it's a really good step. I appreciate Scump for being transparent about it, saying, hey, these people VPN, this is a thing. So just open up the discussion a little bit more. Don't try to hide it as much. I don't think that's doing anybody any good to try to hide it and to try to continue to get away with it and fool people. I think a lot of people they're pretty much spot on for the most part. If you're someone who's going to listen at all, you probably are somewhat privy to this information already, that what you're seeing is not exactly what you get. If you log on to Call of Duty, you watch these streamers, you watch these YouTubers, what you see on there, not what you get when you play. If we could be more transparent about that, I know the developers probably will never do that, but these guys here, like, I doubt that they're really strictly under any form of contract that prevents them explicitly from saying a lot of these things, especially Scump, who has said before that he's afraid to shoot his mouth off about anything critical about COD because they have threatened him before with some like contractual stuff. If he's saying this, clearly this is a topic area that the COD partners and the competitors and the CDL are allowed to discuss and allowed to disclose and allowed to talk about, at least as of right now. I think while that is in effect, I'd like to see more people be transparent about it and talk about it and bring attention to it. And it doesn't have to be like this big thing. I just think it has to be, it's nice to hear. It's nice to have it be said. And I think the consumer should be allowed to make educated, informed decisions about what games they're going to buy and where they're going to spend their hard-earned dollars, if they're going to buy these microtransactions, where they're going to spend their time, who are they going to watch, what game are they going to play, and their limited free time that they probably have. I think it's important that the consumer has all the tools and has all the information at their disposal to make the most educated, best decisions for them. I know all these things about COD. I still log on sometimes. It is what it is. There's something to be said about feeling as though you have all the info and you're playing with a full deck of cards. You have the full power to make the decision of where you're spending your money or your playtime. I think that's really valuable. And I think it's really cool that Scump brought this up. I think it's cool that he said it. I think it's cool that he's as chill as he is about it. He wasn't saying, oh, I hate these guys out here. He's just saying, very matter of fact, very bluntly, yeah, this is just what happens. I'm not down with it, whatever. I think that's good. I think it's a step in the right direction. The more transparency we have about these things, the better. All for everybody in the end. If you're the developers, if you're the publishers, whatever, even if you're these content creators, dude, be transparent about it. Just say it. You're not going to lose all your viewers. You're not going to lose all your money. You should try to be transparent about at least certain aspects of these so that people feel as though they have answers. But if you don't give people answers, don't point them in the right direction, aren't transparent at all about anything ever, people are forced to reach their own conclusions about things, and their conclusions are probably going to be way more extreme than the reality. So this will be a growing, ongoing issue, especially if you're these streamers and content creators and whatever. You stand to lose a lot more by allowing these people to create whatever narratives in their head about you and your content and the validity of your content, the legitimacy of you as an entertainer and as a content creator and as a competitor, or as a game developer and an artist or whatever. You stand to lose a lot more by people jumping to like wild accusations and conclusions about your integrity and your output and your ethic and your whatever that is. Give them a little something. You don't have to like spill all the beans, let the whole cat out of the bag, but just give them a little something to satiate them. When stuff like this comes out, when Husker says stuff like this, when Scump says stuff like this, when COD devs say stuff like this, you can argue it stokes the flames, but I think it also gives people closure on certain things. People can stop whispering about it. People can stop making videos about it because we've gotten the answer. Skill-based matchmaking exists. The VPNing is real. The whitelists are real. What are we going to talk about next? Where do we go next? If we get answers to all these things, then what are we going to talk about? That should be, if you want people to stop bringing this stuff up, then give them answers. That's all there is to it.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the video. We really appreciate it. If you want to support the channel, subscribe. If you want to see more videos similar to this one, leave a like on this video and leave a comment down below and let us know what you thought about some of the things that we discussed. We love having open discussion down in the comments and we try to respond to them all. So we really appreciate you taking the time. We hope you have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.